Watch every live, local, and primetime game on your phone with NFL Mobile.
It's the best. And I'm the best.
Exclusively on Verizon.
If you want to know where the action is in the Bay Area tonight, come on over to the East Bay and down to the Coliseum in Oakland, where the Raiders are gearing up to meet the Denver Broncos on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, Sunday night.
Another beauty on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, Sunday night.
And here we go.
Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, stop clapping. NBC, Sunday night about to happen. America's game, been waiting all day. The Broncos and the Raiders have come to play. The game's all here, let's turn it up. It's the NFL, can't get enough. We got a battle tonight, a winner take all, ain't nothing like Sunday Night Football. It's out of control, get set, let's go. The clock's winding down, let's rock and roll. Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. NBC, Sunday night about to happen. The hits keep coming and the lights keep flashing. Come on, get ready for the action. Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. NBC, Sunday night about to happen, and the hits keep coming and the lights keep flashing. Come on, get ready for the action. Sunday night.
Man, it's been a while since there was this much buzz at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, and why not? It's a battle for first place in the AFC West as the Oakland Raiders and their coming-of-age quarterback, Derek Carr, square off against Von Miller and the Denver Broncos on Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya. Well, are the glory days back in Oakland? It's been a long time. They've gone 13 consecutive seasons without getting to the playoffs, but they're 6-2 right now, 5-0 on the road, playing very exciting football, led by quarterback Derek Carr on one side of the ball and linebacker Khalil Mack on the other side. Meanwhile, the Broncos are also 6-2, same formula, of course, that held up so well in postseason last year. A functional, efficient offense and a dominating defense led by Von Miller, who has 8.5 sacks. But as we look at tonight's game, so many great matchups tonight, Chris. If there's one key for the Broncos to win tonight, what is it?
I think running the football without question. You know, Trevor Siemian is a good young quarterback. But in this environment out here tonight, I think it's going to be too tough to try and block Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin if you don't have that running game.
Now, the Raiders, as we know, they can light it up. They can also be lit up. So what's their focus tonight?
Well, let's talk about lighting it up first. Derek Carr, how good has he been? 513 yards in that big win a week ago. But a step up in class tonight against this Broncos defense. But if the Raiders were to win tonight, we're going to have a little different narrative going on about the AFC tomorrow.
It's a blast from the past. It's the rekindling of a great rivalry. Oakland, Denver on Sunday Night Football.
NBC, Sunday night about to happen.
Get apps, videos, and more at iTunes.com/NFL. Sunday Night Football is brought to you by the 2017 Kia Sorrento. Learn more at kia.com. By Subway. Try the new Autumn Carved Turkey Sandwich today. And in high definition by Navy Federal Credit Union. Proudly serving the armed forces and their families.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, exclusively on Verizon. The only next-gen network that lets you get the most out of it.
How is this possible?
Because Verizon LTE Advanced delivers 50% faster peak speeds in 450 cities coast to coast. Buy a Pixel and get up to $400 back. And get 20 gigs of data with no surprise overages. And 4 lines for only $40 each. Why settle when you can have it all on Verizon?
It was happening so fast. Somehow it felt like everything was moving in slow motion.
If I didn't react, things could have got messy in a hurry. I mean, I just got that sweet ride with a great rate from Navy Federal. I was not about to let anything happen to her. Just looking out for my wingman. Still in training.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Ready, down, put.
Thanks for not running me over.
You mean again?
Just take it to the house.
With the $3.50 sub of the day at Subway, there's never been a better time to try something deliciously different. Because every day of the week, you can now get a featured 6-inch Subway sub for just $3.50. So mix up your lunchtime routine and treat yourself to the endless flavor combinations at Subway. The $3.50 sub of the day. We took an already great lineup and made it even better. A better price, great taste, and no artificial flavors. The $3.50 sub of the day. Only at Subway.
For the best Sunday Night Football social experience, go to snfallaccess.com. And throughout the game, follow SNF on Twitter for Michelle Tafoya's updates from the sidelines.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
In recognition of salute to service, holding tonight's flag are members of the United States Coast Guard. Also joining us live from Afghanistan in support of both Operation Resolute Support and Operation Freedom Sentinel is the 3rd Cavalry Regiment based out of Fort Hood, Texas. And now, as we honor America, please stand and remove your caps for the performance of our national anthem by recently crowned Season 10 winner of NBC's The Voice. Please welcome Allison Porter.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red-glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And for the record, it's the first time that linebacker Brandon Marshall of the Broncos has stood for the anthem this season. And speaking of Denver linebackers, Mr. Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP. Moments ago, he was on the field with Michelle.
Well, Von, tonight you're facing a quarterback who's in the MVP conversation. He's been sacked only 9 times all season. What's the most important thing this defense has to do to slow him down?
We just got to play our style of defense. Don't give him nothing easy. Make him pass the ball, make him make his plays, and just play our style of defense.
Jack Del Rio is your former defensive coordinator. He told us job number one tonight is not allowing you to be a game wrecker. How do you get the upper hand on someone who knows you so well?
I just take it one play at a time. It don't matter if it's a former coach, former player, new team, whatever. I take it one play at a time, give max effort on that play, and I'll be okay with the results.
Vaughn, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for giggling.
And tonight, the Broncos will be without cornerback Aqib Talib for the second straight week. He'll be replaced by Bradley Roby. They'll also be without Kayvon Webster, but linebacker Brandon Marshall returns from a hamstring injury. As for Oakland, they're without two starters on defense tonight, defensive tackle Stacey McGee and corner Sean Smith.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Let's take a look at the up-to-the-minute standings now. Oakland and Denver, the winner goes into first place. Kansas City, don't forget about them. 6-2, win today against Jacksonville, and San Diego knocked off Tennessee. So they are 4-5. Gary Kubiak in his second year. And Jack Del Rio, longtime coach at Jacksonville, then the defensive coordinator in Denver in his second year here. A lot of talk about how he has changed the culture. For what it's worth, this team right now 6-2, and as Chris said at the top, they will change the narrative with a win tonight in this division. Sebastian Janikowski, he's been around since 2000. He was their #1 draft choice, 17th year with the team. Kapri Bibbs, second year running back out of Colorado State, is back a couple of yards into the end zone, and off we go on a beautiful night in the Bay Area. And after some hesitation, Bibbs is going to run it out. He should have stayed in there. That cost them 10 yards. Had he taken the touchback, they would have started at the 25 instead of the 15 as we take a look at the Denver offense.
Trevor Siemian, Northwestern. Devontae Booker, Utah. Andy Janovich, Nebraska.
Demarius Thomas, Georgia Tech.
Emmanuel Sanders, SMU.
Virgil Green, Nevada.
Russell Oakland, Oklahoma State. Max Garcia, Florida.
Matt Paradis, Boise State.
Michael Schofield, Michigan. Donald Stevenson, Oklahoma.
Stevenson coming over in the offseason from Kansas City, and the first pass of the game is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So Trevor Siemian, and most of you know the story by now, 7th round draft choice a couple of years ago, has taken over. Peyton Manning, of course, retired, and then Brock Osweiler took the money and went down to Houston for $72 million over 4, and Siemian wins the job in preseason. Short drop, dancing around. That pass is incomplete. And one thing about the Broncos, 40% of the time this season they have gone 3 and out. That is the highest percentage in the league.
Well, right off the bat, they're going to see what they can do to get some pressure on their young quarterback, Trevor Siemian. Decent job that time by Devontae Booker, who has a bad shoulder. We'll keep an eye on that. Not much depth at all for the Denver Broncos at that running back position tonight.
Oakland had won the toss, deferred, now trying to stop them deep in their own territory as Siemian throws over the middle, and that is incomplete. Batted away, intended for Demarius Thomas, and that is a very fast 3 and out, and the Oakland Raiders should get the ball in pretty decent field position.
Reggie Nelson coming out of center field there to make that play. A big hit, and for this crowd, just what the doctor ordered. There is some emotion in here tonight, isn't there? It has been a long time since they've had a game this big in this stadium.
No question. Many, many years. Riley Dixon is the punter, rookie out of Syracuse. Raiders have a couple of guys back, and that's Jalen Richard, a rookie, and he gets smacked at the 48-yard line. So Derek Carr, rising star out of Fresno State. His brother David was the original draft choice of the then brand new Houston Texans. Last week in overtime, 513 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks in their thrilling win. He threw a 4th down touchdown pass with less than 2 minutes to go in the overtime period to knock off Tampa Bay. The Raiders 5-0 away from home this season, 1-2 here in the Coliseum. There is Miller. First play from the 48-yard line for Carr. Running back is Latavius Murray. And they give it to Murray. And Murray works his way for a 4-yard gain to the 48. Let's take a look at the Oakland starters.
Derek Carr, Fresno State.
Latavius Murray, Central Florida.
Jameis Alawali, El Camino College.
Michael Crabtree, Texas Tech. Amari Cooper, Alabama.
Clive Walford, DU.
Donald Penn, Utah State.
Kelechi Osemele, Iowa State.
Rodney Hudson, Florida State.
Gabe Jackson, Mississippi State.
Austin Howard, Northern Iowa.
Real good, mean line. Picked up Osemele in the offseason from the Ravens. 2nd down and 6, and the pass is thrown over the middle, juggled and caught by Jalen Richard to the 36-yard line. Todd Davis makes the tackle. Richard is a 5'8" rookie out of Southern Mississippi for a gain of 11.
You're going to have a lot of fun watching Jalen Richard throughout the course of this night. Derek Carr just got him the ball, shot straight up in the air, but he stayed with the play. He's their kick returner. There's Von Miller on the outside. He is going to be a big key, and he already said hello to Derek Carr.
Went right through Austin Howard. Now you've got DeAndre Washington in the backfield. He is also 5'8". So 3 different running backs on the first 3 plays, and they give it to him, and he will go nowhere. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage as we take a look at the Denver defense.
Derek Wolfe, Cincinnati.
Sylvester Williams, North Carolina.
Jared Crick, Nebraska. Von Miller, Texas A&M.
Brandon Marshall, Nevada. Todd Davis, Sacramento State.
DeMarcus Ware, Troy. Bradley Roby, The Ohio State University. TJ Ward, Oregon.
Darian Stewart, South Carolina.
Chris Harris Jr., Kansas Jayhawks.
And as Michelle reported, Aqib Talib is out. And Kayvon Webster also out. So can the Raiders take advantage of 2 key missing parts, especially the case of Talib? Quick throw, caught on the outside. Amari Cooper breaks away, and he will get spun out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Broke away from Bradley Roby, and the crowd serenades him with Coop, 21 yards.
That was pretty slick right there. Watch him come in on the slant and then just give you a little loop-de-loop underneath. Derek Carr getting the ball out of his hand very quickly and giving these excellent receivers opportunities. Because of some of those injuries in the secondary for the Broncos, we'll see how far down they go, because they're going to be playing against some 4th and 5th string cornerbacks in here tonight.
And the Broncos slow starters, they've allowed 5 opening drive touchdowns to the opposition in 8 games. And you can almost make it 6, but that is broken up at the last moment by Marshall on a pass intended for Clive Walford, the tight end.
Well,
2nd and 10.
That was a big play by Brandon Marshall. It looked like he was beaten early on that route, had to scramble and turn back and get it out of there. He is that coverage linebacker. You'll see him turn right around there, Brandon Marshall, and just get his hand in there to knock it away. Big play. He's playing with a bad hamstring here tonight. We'll see how long and how many snaps he can get.
Murray, the running back, at 6'3" and 230. So the other 2 running backs are 5'8". You got a big-time change of pace. And they will give it to Murray, and he will go over right guard down to the 6-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Raiders. So good to see Wade Phillips is back. I know most of you saw what happened to him last week. Run over on the sideline by Melvin Gordon of San Diego. And it was a very scary moment. Went to the hospital. That's why he is calling the defense from up in the coach's box tonight. Normally he'd be down on the sideline. But happy to report Wade fine. What do you say? I have 1 broken rib, but I got how many others? Whatever you've got, 23 or something? Whatever.
Shows how long we studied.
Right. 3rd and 2 from the 6. To the outside goes Carr, and slipping down is Seth Roberts, who scored the winning touchdown in overtime last Sunday at Tampa Bay. Otherwise, it would have been a probable 1st down. So now Carr's looking over at Del Rio, and I think he's showing Jack about what half the distance really is. Clearly, Carr wants to go for it. Held his hands just a few inches apart, but it's more than that. It's almost a full yard.
You know, and Jack Del Rio is developing a bit of a reputation as a riverboat gambler. The New Orleans game going for 2 last week on 4th and 4, going for it and getting the game-winning touchdown in overtime, but too early for him here tonight.
Janikowski, affectionately known as Seabass. And he puts that one through. So an opening drive field goal here in this Oakland-Denver confrontation gives the Raiders the early lead.
You don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way. Don't tell me what to do. Just let me be myself. That's all I ask.
The new 2017 Corolla with Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
It's your TV. Take it with you. With DirecTV and AT&T, watch all your live channels on your devices data-free. Switch to DirecTV and lock in your price for 2 years. Offers starting at $50 a month.
Good is in every Blue Diamond almond. A good that comes in 20 flavors, from whole natural to wasabi and soy sauce. And once good gets going, there's no stopping it. Get your good going. Blue Diamond almonds.
JJ.
What's up, John?
Check it out. Same Bose headphones.
Nice.
You ever wonder how they work?
No.
It's Bose active noise canceling technology. So sound travels through the And now we use the acoustic operator, and this joins.
With Bose noise canceling, nothing comes between you and your music.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By DirecTV. To call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. By Blue Diamond Almonds. Get your good going. And by GE, the digital company. That's also an industrial company. The faces of the Bronco-Raider rivalry. And there have been some unbelievable, memorable games here. Al Davis, there's the tribute to him, the Flame, here at the Coliseum, longtime owner of the team, now owned by his son, Mark. So the Raiders on top 3-0. And Kapri Bibbs is back to return this kick. He hesitated the last time, takes it in about the same spot. He's going to come out this time without hesitation. And it's a much better run back, bringing it back to the 24-yard line. Keith McGill makes the tackle. Let's take a look at the Oakland D.
Jahad Ward, fighting on
Danico Autry, Mississippi State.
Dan Williams, Tennessee.
Khalil Mack, Buffalo.
Bruce Irvin, almost 7, West Virginia U.
Perry Riley, LSU.
Malcolm Smith, USC. David Amerson, North Carolina State.
Carl Joseph, West Virginia.
Reggie Nelson, Florida. DJ Hayden, Third Ward Cougars.
That defense 31st or next to worst in the league, and the pass from Siemian is hauled in and then said incomplete as the official comes in from the side, intended for A.J. Derby, who came over in a trade with New England a couple of weeks ago.
I think one of the things they're trying to send a message early to Khalil Mack that we're not afraid to come your side, so don't go screaming down that line of scrimmage chasing those runs. They've thrown the ball a lot here, but ultimately the game plan for Denver has to be settling into that running game.
Haven't run it yet, and Siemian's thrown it 4 times, and he's 0 for 4. Now on the ground with the flag down, our first of the game. That's Devontae Booker, who will have to handle most of the action.
23. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And that's Booker with the false start. He is a rookie out of Utah. And of course, with C.J. Anderson hurt, we don't know when or if he can come back this season. This is the guy who has to pick it up. Second down, 15. You go back to last year, even though the team split, the Broncos did not score an offensive touchdown in either game. They had an interception return in their win, and then Oakland beat them in Denver toward the end of the year. And this is a gain of a couple of yards for Devontae Booker here. And that'll make it 3rd down and 12. Ken Norton Jr., great linebacker in his day, Dallas and the 49ers, and was up in on Pete Carroll's staff in Seattle and came down here, the Raiders defensive coordinator. But their offense is terrific. He's trying to get the crowd into it to jam the signals, but that defense has to pick it up for Oakland.
Now you have to be careful of those pass rushers.
Four-man rush. Siemian fires, and that is juggled, almost intercepted after it was almost caught by Virgil Green. So already some drops here. 0 for 5 is Siemian at the start, and they'll punt again.
Not a great start here for the Denver Broncos, and it hasn't been their young quarterback, Trevor Siemian. This is a big-time game, and they're looking for somebody to start making plays. If you can hit some tight ends and backs, all of a sudden those great wide receivers of the Broncos start coming into play.
Perry Riley nearly had the interception. Richard back to accept the punt at the 31-yard line. He's got some room and gets tripped up, flagged down. Andy Janovich makes the tackle, but we'll get another call from Clete Blakeman.
There is no foul on the play for a block in the back. The players tripped over each other. The play will stand as called. First down, Oakland.
All right. Carr and company back to work when we come back.
The Empire's building a terrible weapon. I need your help. We can stop them. This is your chance to make a real difference. We have hope. Rebellions are built on hope. Are you with me?
All the way.
The Microsoft Cloud helps us stay connected.
The Microsoft Cloud offers infinite scalability.
The Microsoft Cloud helps our customers get up and running anywhere on the planet. Wherever there's a phone, we've got a bank, and we could never do that before.
The cloud gave us a single platform to reach across our entire organization. It helps us communicate better.
We use the Microsoft Cloud's advanced analytics tools to track down cyber criminals.
This cloud helps transform business. This is the Microsoft Cloud.
You don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way. Don't tell me what to do. Just let me be myself. That's all I ask.
The new 2017 Corolla with Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
It was a raven that flew in on a Thursday when Edgar Allan Poe was born. Just imagine what this Thursday will bring, only on NFL Network. When the Browns clash with the Ravens, anything can happen on Thursday. Thursday Night Football, Thursday, only on NFL Network.
Don't miss a second of tonight's game with the NBC Sports app. Watch the game anywhere, live on your laptop, tablet, or connected TV. In fact, we come to the Coliseum in Oakland, a 50-year-old facility. Raiders at their own 42-yard line. Again, good starting field position. And a good tackle made here by T.J. Ward, taking Murray down at just about the line of scrimmage.
He is a problem. T.J. Ward, I think the emotional leader, is going to come in right here and make the hit on Murray. You'll see him in a lot of pass rush situations as well. He is the #1 pass rushing threat as a safety anywhere in the National Football League. So not only is he good at filling in on running plays like that, he'll go get your quarterback too.
Richard comes into the game, flanking Carr in the shotgun here on a 2nd and 9. Carr fires over the middle, and that will be hauled in at the 37-yard line by Seth Roberts. Roberts would have had a first down and maybe even a touchdown when he had the ball in the red zone the last time, but slipped. This time he holds on, and a gain of 21 for Seth.
I want you to watch Derek Carr, Al, and tell me if he reminds you of anybody throwing the ball. That little flip is a little Aaron Rodgers-esque. It is. He's just very tight, a little flip of it. His hero of all time is Brett Favre, but he has that ultra quick release. He reads things quickly. He really helps his offensive line with the way he plays.
I'll buy that. Meanwhile, Roberts was just walked off the field by the official, and they can do that now if they sense that you could have a concussion probability. So Roberts is taken off the field. Andre Holmes, number 18, supplants him as the number 3 wide receiver for the moment. And on first down, Hesitating and then trying to thread his way through is Latavius Murray, who takes the ball to the 33-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Jack Del Rio's getting fancy with his offensive lineman. Denver Kirkland's going to line up. He started here, moved here, then watch him lead through the hole here. They play a lot of 6 offensive linemen, and it's a big reason why you've seen Derek Carr just not get hit that often this season. 2nd lowest percentage of his throws under pressure, but he has the 4th best rating when he is under pressure. So even when they get there, he's having success.
Halfway mark of the opening quarter. Raiders on top 3-0. Carr with a quick throw and incomplete, intended for Amari Cooper. The Broncos start slowly. This year they have been outscored in the first quarter 54-16, but in the second quarter they have outscored the opponents 67-26.
Well, when you go 3 and out, and you leave the ball at the 42 and the 48-yard line, it just takes one completion, and all of a sudden you're down in field goal range.
Carr and Miller in his sights on 3rd down and 7. Checks off. Good protection. Open man makes the catch. Andre Holmes, 1st down at the 17-yard line. So clearly your 2 top guys are Cooper and Crabtree. And then Holmes steps in for Roberts, who had to come out and makes the grab here.
Big matchup here. Donald Penn, very good one against DeMarcus Ware, and he holds up. Other side on Von Miller. They get that under control. And one of the issues tonight that the Denver Broncos are going to have is they're outstanding, and I think maybe the best slot cornerback, Chris Harris, because of the injury to Aqib Talib, is having to play outside on these excellent receivers. I believe you're going to see the Raiders going after the slot corner in this one.
Just getting it off before the play clock expires, and the pass is incomplete, and a flag comes in because Bradley Roby impeded with Amari Cooper. Cooper couldn't get downfield, and Clete Blakeman will give us the call.
Now, just as Amari Cooper started to turn around, there's a little grab there by Roby.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
You'll see it. Cooper got off inside, and then as he started to arrow back out, hooked that arm. Good call.
Interesting the way this has started. You already have 3 penalties against Denver, none against Oakland. Well, the Raiders only had 23 last week.
They used their quota.
A new all-time record. And Carr escapes a sack, then throws a little bit too high, intended for Crabtree. What was it Del Rio said when he found out about it?
Lay it on me.
Yeah, what Jack? I said to Jack the other day, I said, how did you find out you set a record for penalties? He said, well, my PR staff told me after the game, and then my first thought was, can we win with 24?
Jack is enjoying this, isn't he? Grew up right around here in this area and came back and made Mark Davis commit to he was going to put everything financially into winning football games. He did, and they have.
To the outside, getting free there is Cooper. Only for the moment, though, Roby makes the tackle about 4 yards, 5 shy of the 1st down. Sounds of Coop emanating from this crowd of about 60,000+.
Yeah,
3rd and 4.
Amari Cooper had a huge day last week. 12 for 173, his best, and 1 touchdown. Very difficult guy to handle one-on-one, and I'm sure Denver would love to have Aqib Talib, who's having some back issues, out there taking care of him.
3rd and 4. Can the Broncos hold them to a field goal attempt again? Carr, and they will because he's going to get sacked. Hello, 58. One Von Miller, who came into the weekend a half sack off the league lead.
What do you do about this, Al? I have no idea. Here we go. Watch him turn and lean into this block and just dip underneath Austin Howard and come up with another huge sack. Just unblockable at times.
So here's Janikowski with a 29-yard attempt. So a couple of chip shots for him. Okay, King puts it down. And the Raiders score twice in their first 2 drives, but limited to field goals. A little less than 5 to play in the opening frame. 6-0 Raiders.
I heard you got a job as a developer.
It's official. I work for GE.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I'll be writing a new language for machines, so planes, trains, even hospitals can work better. This is... Oh.
Sorry, I was trying to put it away.
Got it on the cape.
So you're gonna work on a train?
Not on a train, on trains.
You're not gonna develop stuff anymore?
No, I am. Do you know what GE is?
I don't dream, I do. I don't wait, I do. I don't hope, I do. I don't wish, I do. I don't pause, I do. I don't watch, I do. I don't talk, I do. I don't think, I do. I don't think, I do. I don't sleep, I do. I don't lag, I do. I don't rest, I do. I got the wheel. I do how I want. When I want. What I want.
The new 2017 Toyota Corolla with Toyota Safety Sense. Standard. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's moving day, but when America sent Hillary back to the White House, they sent all the Clinton baggage, too. Decades of scandals are being unloaded right now. Conflict of interest trucks, moving trucks with more scandals, rule breaking. Ooh, even an ongoing FBI investigation. It's a long day moving tons of baggage, because with the Clintons, you never know what scandal will come next. Oh, Future 45 is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night! Attention voters, the night before the election, don't miss Saturday Night Live's 2016 election special.
I can do more than just grab it.
Tomorrow on NBC.
In a voice first, the top 20 becomes the top 12 in one night. The performances and eliminations happening live in real time. First ever voice live playoff event. You'll see it tomorrow on NBC. It's downtown Oakland, not far from the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, home of the A's and the Raiders. It's the only dual-purpose stadium remaining. Of course, with baseball season long over, at least for the A's, no infield dirt to play off of. And a run back here by Kapri Bibbs, and he can only get to the 15-yard line. 9.5 sacks now for the new league leader, at least for the moment, Von Miller. And it's 6-0.
It was happening so fast. Somehow it felt like everything was moving in slow motion. If I didn't react, things could have got messy in a hurry. I mean, I just got that sweet ride with a great rate from Navy Federal. I was not about to let anything happen to her. Just looking out for my wingman. Still in training.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
At Coors, we lager, filter, and package cold for a cleaner, crisper taste. Because every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
Voila. Yeah. I'm only coming out to play. They wanna know where I'll be in 5. But what about today? What about tonight? Only one at a time.
Wouldn't you rather have a big DQ chicken strip basket instead of those little nuggets?
Wow, that's a big meal.
You got a big appetite.
Hey, I'm a big man.
You are big.
I'm big enough to lift this man.
You don't have to do that.
Yes, we do.
Go big with the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Now just $4.99.
Tomorrow, in a voice first, the top 20 will become the top 12 in one night. So grab your apps, because the performances and eliminations will happen live in real time.
That blew my mind.
The Voice Special Live Playoff Event tomorrow on NBC.
They call Von Miller and Khalil Mack game wreckers, and with good reason. They have been wrecking games for a long time. Pro Football Focus will tell us that these are 2 in the top 10, and that includes sacks, hits, and hurries on the quarterback, and now add 1 for Von Miller to that category. And we all know that Khalil Mack has been a game wrecker for the Denver Broncos in the past.
And there he is. He had 5 sacks in 1/2 at Denver at the end of last season. 3-yard gain here for Devontae Booker, tackled by Perry Riley. So Khalil Mack, 3rd year, played his college football at Buffalo, then picked in the 1st round in 2014. The Raiders have done some really good drafting. Reggie McKenzie in charge of that in the past couple of years, and one reason, of course, that they're 6-2 at the moment. 2nd and 7, short drop for Siemian, and then he fires incomplete. Sanders was there, he threw it inside. Sanders was going outside. Amerson, the former Redskin, covering on the play. 3rd and 7.
It was interesting talking with Khalil Mack, wasn't it? And we were asking him about what was it like to have 5 sacks and a half, and he said, I just kept thinking, you're not going to chip me? Really? Really?
He was happy about that. Tough to get to Siemian tonight. He's throwing quickly and short, but very inefficiently. He is 0 for 6. 3rd and 7. Siemian throws, and that's going to be caught, but unable to get the first down is Benny Fowler. He gets knocked down by Amerson. And so the Broncos, as we mentioned, leading the league in 3-and-outs, have started the game with 3 3-and-outs.
Well, here comes Mack right off the edge against Stevenson. They're happy to have him back at the tackle position. So far, you'd have to say Von Miller's had the bigger impact, but it's the Raiders with the lead here.
Riley Dixon, already his 3rd punt. Fair catch is called for and made at the 44 by Richard with the contact and no flag. 3.5 to go in the quarter. 6-0 Oakland.
When I was a kid, I wanted to touch the skies.
I wanted to invent things.
I wanted to protect others.
I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to make a difference.
I knew that one day I would be the difference.
I am a special missions aviator.
Clinical nurse.
Pararescueman.
I'm Captain Chris Niels, and we are American Airmen.
See more at airforce.com.
Please bow your heads.
And I'm just grateful that we can all be here in this moment.
I'm thankful for my family and that they care about me.
We're another year older. We've been through a lot of trauma.
No matter what color we are, no matter what uniform we got on, you guys are my family.
Nothing more important than family today. It's good to be together.
Let's enjoy.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, exclusively on Verizon. The only next-gen network that lets you get the most out of it.
How is this possible?
Because Verizon LTE Advanced delivers 50% faster peak speeds in 450 cities coast to coast. Buy a Pixel and get up to $400 back. And get 20 gigs of data with no surprise overages. And 4 lines for only $40 each. Why settle when you can have it all on Verizon?
Thursday, Black Friday comes early.
If I could just get everybody describing what Black Friday means to them, that would be cool.
In a 1-hour holiday superstore.
You're hurting my leg.
You're going to have to get used to that. We get a lot of little porkers up here.
A holiday superstore, Thursday on NBC.
Von Miller has already caused a change up front here for the Oakland Raiders. He was working against Austin Howard. We'll see him go at the bull rush and drive him 4 yards right back into Derek Carr for one big hit. Then come with the speed and the swat and the angle around the edge for the sack. So now Menelik Watson will take his turn. going up against Von Miller.
Raiders have another short field to work with. They start from their own 43. Play action, Luke rolling the other way, caught, and that's going to be Holmes making the catch. He'd be the number 4 receiver. Seth Roberts is okay. He came out earlier, but he's back in. Holmes has already made 2 catches tonight and another first down here.
Yeah, one of the real strengths of this Raiders offense is their depth at the wide receiver position. We saw Seth Roberts win the game with a brilliant play in overtime last week, but this is a big receiver. Andre Holmes about 6'4", and he takes up a lot of space out there. So they have size, they have quickness, and they have speed.
Raiders have already gained 100 yards, and the Broncos have gained 9. Give the ball to Richard. And he gets stuffed after a gain of a couple, and Raiders look around for a flag, saying, come on. Should let him go. Shane Ray is there on the stop gain of 2, 2nd and 8. You know, Austin Howard was the starter at right tackle, but he has to come out, and Watson comes in there.
Well, Menelik Watson, though, was the starter at right tackle in week 1, has had some injury issues with his calf and groin, and now they're going to give him one more shot here.
Well, when I said Howard had to come out, I mean, he didn't have to come out necessarily phically, but he had to come out because he was getting beat.
Yep.
2nd and 8.
6 offensive linemen now for the Raiders.
Run, Monday, down. Blue 80, what's up?
Carr stepping up, feeling the heat, throws another first down. The flag is down, however, in the middle of the field, downfield. Cooper making the catch. And we'll see what Blakeman has to say about this one.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 25. Penalties declined. Yardage is enough for a first down.
That's Harris holding Crabtree.
On the outside, I think you'll see it at the top end of this route. Right there, a little grab, a little tug of the jersey. They're always going to see that. And then Von Miller, if you can't block him with 1 tackle, put 2 of them out there. 6 offensive linemen now in the game for the Raiders, but that is not an unusual circumstance. There's their center, Rodney Hudson, who they describe him as maybe the smartest football player in the league.
2nd year here, started with the Chiefs. Hand the ball off to the scat back Washington. And he gets to the 25-yard line. Tackled there by T.J. Ward. That's a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
All right, here we go. Here's Menelik right there. He and Gabe Jackson just driving off. This is a big offensive line, Al. This is an offensive line that really moves people in kind of the old school way. So many of these offensive lines now are small and quick, and the stretch plays, not these guys. They want to overpower you.
2nd and 2. And that is a first down for Murray. Jack Del Rio telling us, of course, Chris, that it all starts with him, with the offensive line and the defensive lines. That's the key.
Well, and that's what they did. On defense this year, they went out and tried to fill in some gaps on the defensive line and in the secondary, and basically had an issue where they said, okay, we're going to be a little short at the linebacker position. All of a sudden, Perry Riley got cut by the Washington Redskins and comes over and absolutely filled the perfect need. So they're getting a little lucky, too, with some of the guys that they're able to pick up.
3rd time that the Raiders have been in the red zone on their 3 possessions. Meanwhile, Denver doesn't even have a first down. Waning seconds of the quarter. Caught. Roberts breaking tackles, and Roberts might have a first down on what will be the final play of the opening quarter. Totally dominated by the home team. End of 1, 6-0 Oakland. Sunday Night Football back after these messages.
I fought for my country in Kosovo and Iraq, and I've been a Republican all my life. But I'm the father of 3 girls. I can't stand hearing Donald Trump call women pigs, dogs, and bimbos, and I sure don't want my daughters hearing it. I want my girls to grow up proud and strong in a nation where they're valued and respected. Donald Trump's America is not the country I fought for. So I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
My friends think doing this at my age is scary. And I say, not if you protect yourself. What is scary? Pneumococcal pneumonia. It's a serious disease. My doctor said the risk is greater. Now that I'm over 50! Yeah!
Just one dose of the Prevnar 13 vaccine can help protect you from pneumococcal pneumonia, an illness that can cause coughing, chest pain, difficulty breathing, and may even put you in the hospital. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults 18 and older to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. You should not receive Prevnar 13 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. If you have a weakened immune system, you may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain, redness and swelling at the injection site, limited arm movement, fatigue, headache, muscle pain, joint pain, less appetite, vomiting, fever, chills, and rash.
Get this one done.
Ask about Prevnar 13 at your next visit to your doctor's office or pharmacy.
It's almost Christmas when
I'll put a little something together for y'all.
dinner is served.
Mung bean dry squid salad.
Cameron is going to be the first one to try it.
Why do I have to eat it? I didn't do anything wrong.
Who wants pizza?
Right here.
Almost Christmas, rated PG-13. In theaters Friday.
Aerial coverage being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya. And we all earlier today went across the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. Beautifully lighted over the past couple of years. What a spectacular sight that is, linking San Francisco with Oakland.
We'd like to salute our servicemen and women as well.
For sure. Salute the service weekend. Meanwhile, there was a first down on the last play of the opening quarter, so we start the second quarter. First and goal from the 9-yard line. Murray is the running back. They give it to him, swinging to the outside, around the corner he goes, and very close, but no. Knocked out at the 1-yard line. Walford led the way, and Darian Stewart came over to, at least for the moment, stop a touchdown.
6 offensive linemen and 2 tight ends and 1 giant stiff arm to Chris Harris there. And the Raiders are looking like some old school Raiders I remember from many moons ago. They are just overpowering, and really the Broncos are lucky at this point to even be in this game.
Trying to make it 13-0 and that 9-0. They've already settled for 2 field goals. Murray is the back, and he gets banged around, and he does not get in. So now you're going to have a 3rd down and goal. That Denver defense, 3rd overall in the league in yardage allowed, 5th in points. But they're vulnerable to the rush. They're 24th against the run, number 1 against the pass. They ruled him down. The ball did come out here.
Look at DeMarcus Ware go underneath that pull block and make that thing. That is just a veteran play right there. Did that ball come out? He was down before it came out.
Come up with Murray again in the eye here on 3rd down and goal. Give it to him, and he does not get in. Yes, he does. Looked like they stopped him initially, and then he's able to just break the plane. Looked like the Broncos might have been able to stuff him. Olawale, the fullback. Take a look again. Obviously, all scoring plays are reviewed.
He did.
Boy, he just did.
I tell you what, though, if I'm Jack Del Rio, I'm pulling my hair out at that one. You're reaching over. Goodness knows what could happen to that football, but he looked like Cam Newton. I guarantee you, Jack's saying, hey, I love it. Congratulations. Nice touchdown, but let's be careful with the football down there around the goal line.
Don't do it again.
Yeah.
Janikowski for the point after. Raiders have 10 first downs. Denver has 0.
How about this start?
13-0 Raiders.
I will follow you. Ever since you touched my hand, I knew. I love you, I love you, I love you. Where you go, I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow. You'll always be my true love, my true love.
That's the matchup next Sunday night. Will be in Foxborough. The Seattle Seahawks against the New England Patriots. I think we've done one of those games before, Chris. There was the final score in Super Bowl 49, the thriller. Malcolm Butler saving the day at the end of the game. And it's, well, I don't know that it's a big rivalry. They don't meet that much, but I'm really looking forward to this one next Sunday night.
I know you had a big Olympic hockey game that you might remember for a while, but for me, that was about as thrilling as it got. That Super Bowl was amazing, and now we get semi-rematch coming back next week.
From Foxborough on Sunday Night Football. Bouncing ball goes through the end zone here, and we go to Michelle.
Well, Al, starting with the season opener, Brandon Marshall knelt during the national anthem to symbolize his stance on social injustice, but he told me after asking himself if he was going to kneel for his entire career, he decided to stand from this point on. He hasn't changed his stance on the issues, but he believes it's time to move on from symbolic gestures to action. And you saw Gary Kubiak next to him. He wanted Brandon to know he wanted to stand by his side when he decided to stand, because he was so proud of the way he handled the entire thing and the backlash and all that went with it, Al.
Thank you, Michelle. A lot of the guys feeling the same way. They want to be more active than symbolic. From the 25-yard line, this is Booker taking it out to the 29-yard line. Broncos thus far, nary a first down. 3 3-and-outs. Punt, punt, punt. And they've been outgained 146 yards to 13. Gary Kubiak, 8 years in Houston, 1 year as the offensive coordinator in Baltimore. Now second year here, already with a Super Bowl ring. And the running game getting stuffed again. That's Devontae Booker, the Utah rookie 4th-round draft choice, 3rd and 5.
Pretty play there by Danico Autry, who's filling in for Stacey McGee, probably the best defensive lineman for the Raiders. But I really thought coming into this thing that if the Broncos could not run the football, they were going to have problems. So far, they're not running the football, and their problems are growing.
Third down and 5. Siemian throws, and that's incomplete. Intended for Thomas. Demarius covered there. That's the first time that Denver started with 4 3-and-outs since 2011 with Tim Tebow calling signals.
DJ Carey just staying with Demarius Thomas. They tried to get a little rub route going. They're playing with backup cornerbacks as well. Sean Smith, their outstanding corner, hurt his shoulder last week in that one. But so far, everybody on this Raiders defense is playing great.
Siemian is 1 for 8 for 4 yards. Riley Dixon, his leg is nice and loose. And it's caught and taken out of bounds at the 36-yard line by Richard. Early in the second quarter, Oakland dominant to this point.
Okay, anyone like coming in first place in everything that matters? Introducing the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty, the only high-strength, military-grade, aluminum alloy body, heavy-duty pickup. It takes first place in every measure of tough. Best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, best-in-class horsepower, and best-in-class torque. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This is the next level. This is the all-new Ford Super Duty.
There's just a mass amount of data in this business. Trey Brown, director of college scouting. You know, you got to have a powerful laptop. We're trying to find the prospects that are going to make us better. You look at the athleticism, the speed, the explosiveness. The Surface Pro allows us to be everywhere. We're on the field, in the classroom. It's fast, it's powerful. I can write right on the screen. I couldn't do that on a Mac. At the end of the day, we're trying to find the players that are going to give us the opportunity to win championships.
Starbucks introduced its annual Red Holiday Cup last month, which
There's
normally
a huge controversy right now going on with the
Starbucks cup is without images of Christmas.
It's a simple two-toned red, spurring chatter on social media.
The red cup. I like the red cup.
Why can't they add a couple snowflakes and
Canvas for all
I'm so confused, man. What is the big controversy about a red cup?
Derek Carr picked in the second round in 2014, played at Fresno State. So in 2.5 seasons, that's 40 games. Raider record, passes, touchdown passes, 5th in NFL history for the first 40 games. And last week, 513 passing yards. He had 163 of those yards in overtime to set a Raider record. So he comes out here and he goes 5 wide. Now they're going to move DeAndre Washington into the backfield with him as they go 3 by 1, and they hand the ball off to the 5'8" Washington. Takes the ball to the 28-yard line. But boy, his arc is going straight up, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in consideration in the MVP conversation. I don't think there's any question. To put it in some perspective, we've seen how quickly he gets rid of the football. In his first 40 games as a quarterback, 64 sacks. His brother David Carr in his first 40 games, almost double, 123 sacks. Now, obviously, this is a pretty good offensive line. You can say what you want about David's, but I think Derek learned a lot from his older brother about getting rid of the football.
Yeah, David came in with an expansion team that had just come into the league. Carr throws, and that is incomplete. Michael Crabtree on a dangerous pass. A lot of white shirts around there. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Let's take a look at some of these quick throws. And you're getting it out in under 2.5 seconds. Your offensive line is going to become your best friend. Some nice plays down the field as well. And here's the one that I like. The release time, 0.30. That is right up there with the very best in the National Football League. He has a bright future ahead.
Less than 1/3 of a second. Couldn't even get to Mississippi. 3rd and 8. Whistle before the snap. Got coming across the line were the Denver Broncos. Trying to get the Raiders out of there. Amazingly, the Raiders tonight, no penalties. Coming off a game with 23. They lead the league by a mile in that category.
False start. Offense, number 15. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So that was Crabtree, and of course that's as we mentioned, off the 0 to a 1, first penalty against them.
I'm sure they're hoping that streak ends soon. Boy, that was amazing watching all those penalties a week ago, and they still won the game. That's what was really remarkable. You add some of those 200 yards back to this offense, it would have been a remarkable day.
The Raiders historically have been up near the top in penalties, but they won a lot when you go back to the 70s and 80s. 3rd and 13. Clock fires to the outside, and that is incomplete. Crowd wants interference. Don't get it. Crabtree, the intended receiver. Miller put the pressure on, and 4th down.
Austin Howard's going to see a new move this time. Back inside, you get a little bit of everything. Poor Austin Howard, he probably, it was like he went to the circus or something. There are acrobats in front of him he's trying to block.
Marquette King, one of the better punters in the league. Jordan Norwood, a 61-yard punt return in the Super Bowl last February. The flag is thrown as he calls for a fair catch at the 25-yard line, and the flag coming in probably cost them a few more yards. Marquette King that time with a very good punt of 51 yards.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 31. The 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down, Denver.
All right, Broncos still looking for their first down. 13-0 Oakland.
Will your business be ready when growth presents itself? American Express Open Cards can help you take on a new job. Or fill a big order. Or expand your office and take on whatever comes next. Find out how American Express cards and services can help prepare you for growth at open.com.
When you go out for a hamburger, you shouldn't have to pay for beef that has to be thawed. That's why Wendy's cooks yours with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So when you want a juicy hamburger, Wendy's believes you should spend your hard-earned cash on fresh beef.
I'm tired of seeing them do without. It's killing me.
Wednesday, November 30th, Dolly Parton's family story continues.
We ain't getting no presents for Christmas, Daddy.
What kind of man can't give his family a Christmas? I'm leaving tonight.
Circle of life.
Well, I'm doing what I think is best for this family.
When Bethlehem. He's the one always saying love never fails.
I choose to believe that.
Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors, Wednesday, November 30th on NBC.
That's how Week 10 starts in the NFL. Cleveland against Baltimore, Thursday Night Football, only on NFL Network. Ravens taking care of Pittsburgh today to move into a tie for first place in the AFC North. Siemian swings it to the outside, and it's the best gain of the night as Booker picks up 9 yards. So talking to Gary Kubiak the other day, one of the things he said that stood out to me, Chris, is my quarterback has to play like a veteran, even though he is in effect, he's not a rookie, but was there last year, but in his first year as a starter.
Yeah, and this has started very slowly for this team, but it's not the first time it's started slowly for them this year. But they have to start putting something together here. I mean, this has been a bit of embarrassing so far.
2nd and 2, and this is Booker again, and you're going to have another 3rd down. They've already had 4 3-and-outs, and now on the cusp of a 5th, 3rd and 4.
Darius Latham right here is going to come down and crash down and make that play. Try and get some of those edge rushes going, and instead they're going backwards. That is not really considered, or at least coming in, to be the strength of the team, but they have not been able to run it at all.
Siemian is 2 out of 9 for 12 yards. Pressure, he's got to get it away in a hurry, and trying to make the catch along the sideline, and he does, is Demaryius Thomas. A great catch because tremendous heat was put on that time by Reggie Nelson on a safety blitz. So Siemian just had to unload it and gets away with it. First Denver first down.
Yeah, they unblocked on that side, so you throw into the blitz side, and then you just see did Demaryius Thomas get his feet down? Looked like it. And they needed one of those breakout plays.
23-yard gain, now on the ground again, and about a 3.5-yard gain here. Booker leaning backward. Bruce Irvin, former Seahawk, picked up by Oakland in the offseason, makes the stop.
Yeah, that's somewhere the Denver Broncos have to win. Virgil Green is an excellent blocking tight end, 5th ranked in the NFL as a blocker, but he has to be able to handle Bruce Irvin. You think of Bruce Irvin as sort of that edge rusher coming off there, but they have to be able to hammer the ball at him. If nothing else, just slow down the pass rush a bit.
2nd and 7. Siemian from the pocket, and that'll be caught. We'll make it 3rd and 1. Jordan Taylor makes the catch. First-year player out of Rice. And it'll be 3rd down and 1 for Gary's team. Kubiak calls the plays. Of course, he was a quarterback in his playing years, mainly as a backup to John Elway in Denver.
Yeah, and it's not inconceivable. You've crossed the 50-yard line here. If you want to go some hard play action and take a shot, you're going to get a lot of one-on-one across the board here.
Kapri Bibbs is the running back. Toss it to him, tries to get around the corner and does, and Bibbs takes it to the 35-yard line. 2nd-year man out of Colorado State, tackled by Malcolm Smith.
It's a little different style of running game, but here's big Russell Okung. Some of you will remember that name. He was long-time outstanding tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. Big guy got out in front, negotiated his own contract when he came to Denver. Not many guys do that anymore.
Save the commission. Bibbs stays in, ball at the 36-yard line. Off the play fake and rolling, and then Siemian throwing deep downfield. He's got a man open, and it is caught for the touchdown by Jordan Norwood. Jordan Norwood their number 3 wide out, a 36-yard touchdown grab. And so the Broncos, who did not have a single first down, go 84 yards in 7 plays to get right back in it.
So what happens? You get your running game going a little bit. Now you come back to the bootleg. That is Gary Kubiak's offense. And you set up the big shot, and now we have a ball game.
Brandon McManus for the point after.
Everybody breathing a little bit better. Boy, that was a rough start for the Denver Broncos, the world champs.
2 very big 3rd down conversions. Puts him in position for Norwood to get free. McManus bangs it through. And with 8:22 remaining in the first half, it's the Raiders 13 and the Broncos 7.
Ready, down, put.
Play Tecmo metal version.
The American moment is here. 2 choices, 2 Americas, decided by you. Hillary Clinton will keep us on the road to stagnation. Fewer jobs, rising crime, America diminished at home and abroad. Donald Trump will bring the change we're waiting for. America, better, stronger, more prosperous for everyone. A plan for tomorrow, a future brighter than our past. The choice is yours.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
You got your mom's side, but just be calm side. You got it. I never thought I'd get married at 65 side. Hey, I'm just looking side. Man, you better buy that ride. Whew. This wine is nationwide. They have to know, protect and grow your many sides. Yeah, nationwide is on your side.
I earned my jersey by outrunning defenders and catching touchdowns.
I went to NFLshop.com to get mine.
The best place to get authentic NFL gear, NFLshop.com.
NASCAR drivers one last chance to punch their ticket for the round of 4 as the chase next weekend heads to Phoenix next Sunday on NBC. Oakland's historic movie palace, the Grand Lake. In fact, we come to the Oakland Coliseum, which has been around since 1966. When they open this place, 9-yard line. Richard has some room, and he'll set them up at about the 35-yard line. So John Elway running football operations, and what a job he has done. The team has been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. He and Del Rio, boy, you take a look at them. They faced each other in college. They were both outstanding baseball players. Elway, of course, played in the Yankee farm system for a while. And now, well, they worked together in Denver when Jack was there under John Fox as the defensive coordinator for 2 years before getting the head coaching job here.
They're going to stay with that 6 offensive linemen in there for the Raiders. It's been working.
The 6th is Denver Kirkland facing Denver. And here's Murray. When you talk about Elway, and I mean, John, a phenomenal football player, obviously first ballot Hall of Famer, we know that. But, you know, you talk about great players who became fabulous executives. The other guy who comes to mind to me would be Jerry West, who did such an unbelievable job with the Lakers. But Ozzie Newsome in Baltimore, you're thinking about that. And
how about Reggie McKenzie here? He has done a fabulous job. Ted Thompson used to play.
Right.
John Dorsey with Kansas City played. So there's a few guys.
Right. There is Reggie McKenzie, whose drafts have been pretty great the last couple of years, and free agent pickups as well. 7.5 to go in the half on 2nd down and 9. Carr rolling away and then throws and breaking a tackle here, picking up a first down, and a few more is Murray as he gets out near midfield.
You know, Latavius Murray is a big guy. He's like 6'3" and 220 pounds. Offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave said got the only running back in the league bigger than my quarterback. But you can see he has tremendous speed, good moves on the outside. They love him as a pass protector. Big play there.
Latavius Murray, 2 years pretty much on the bench. University of Central Florida is UCF. And he's their workhorse. Now Richard comes in. Give it to him inside. Handoff, and Richard is off to the races. Breaking tackles to the 24-yard line. He goes. Richard, Austin Howard helped lead the way with a block, and that's a gain of 28 yards.
Well, this will make Austin Howard's highlight film. Here we go. Going to come right around there and kick out and set up this run. But do not be surprised. Jalen Richard has been doing this for a while now. As a matter of fact, his first run of the season, what was it, 75 yards straight up the chute for a touchdown against New Orleans.
How's that for a debut?
He is lightning quick, and he is tough, too. A little guy, but he'll run in there, and I think Austin Howard would rather be run blocking tonight, too.
Blue 80, what's up?
Raiders at the 24, and this will be for the snap. Might have a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yep. Still only 2 penalties tonight on the Raiders for 10 yards.
Yeah, and sometimes they complain about the officiating and said they'll send plays into the league, but plays like that, it is what it is, right? Yep. I mean, that's not officiating, that's your offense.
1st and 15 from the Bronco 29. A swing pass to the outside here, and this time he cannot get away. It's Richard taken down by the linebacker Brandon Marshall. And make it 2nd down and 15.
Brandon Marshall is just one of those guys that makes a big difference. He's the signal caller on the defense, but he also has the speed to go cover some of these tight ends and these running backs. You know, Danny Trevathan kind of did that a season ago for them, moves off to Chicago, so he's really filled that void. And that hamstring issue, you certainly hope he doesn't have another issue there.
There's Marshall who comes out. They were looking at his hand, so Brandon Marshall is on the sideline. It's 2nd and 16, under 5 minutes to go in the half. Pump fake by Carr, and then he throws, and the pass is incomplete. And of course, everybody in silver and black looking for a flag. Don't get it. Corey Nelson, linebacker, covers on the play, and Del Rio lets the official have a mouthful. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, as soon as Corey Nelson came in the game, they went right after him. They're going to make sure they're going to see what he can do in coverage now instead of Brandon Marshall. Throw it up in the air, and there was definitely a good bit of contact. No call.
Nelson's the guy who came in when Marshall went out.
I don't think you'll see him take a big chance here. That is not really their style with Derek Carr.
3rd and 16. Carr stepping up, but he's going to go deep this time, but much too deep. Good coverage. I thought a flag was going to come in, but it does not. Crabtree covered by Roby, and that'll make it 4th down.
Yeah, the official down there waving his hand over his head, saying uncatchable, and so the foul, even if it did occur, would not have counted.
Now Janikowski will come in. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Everybody pretty shocked in 2000 when the Raiders made him their 1st-round pick, but how's it worked out? Pretty well. And of course, the minute you say that, he missed from 50 and 52 in Tampa last Sunday, and misses from here with 4.5 to go. This is a 48-yard attempt, and it remains 13-7 Oakland.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, exclusively on Verizon. The only next-gen network that lets you get the most out of it.
How is this possible?
Because Verizon LTE Advanced delivers 50% faster peak speeds in 450 cities coast to coast. Buy a Pixel and get up to $400 back. And get 20 gigs of data with no surprise overages. And 4 lines for only $40 each. Why settle when you can have it all on Verizon?
Nobody comes into this house without paying the price.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Nobody comes into this house without paying the price.
More people save by combining their home and auto with State Farm to help life go right.
Tis the season of savings during the Holidays on Us sales event. Get 0 payments for 5 months plus 0% financing on a select Kia, like the stylish Optima or the rugged and refined Sorrento, both ranked highest vehicle appeal in their segments by J.D. Power. Discover the Holidays on Us sales event and get 0 payments for 5 months plus 0% financing on a great selection of Kia models. Visit your Kia retailer today and add more joy to your holiday.
Decision Night in America. Join Lester Holt, Savannah Guthrie, Chuck Todd, and Tom Brokaw as they map the race to 270. Who will become our 45th president? Watch Decision Night in America, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
On the left, Fedora, Willie Brown. George Atkinson is sitting off the right shoulder of Mark Davis in the white shirt. The owner as they look on here, and at the 38-yard line, Denver's best starting field position. They start with a pass, a 7-yard pass here to Sanders. So, of course, a lot of the talk, Chris, is about where will the Raiders wind up. I mean, they really can't play in this stadium very much longer, even though it's a year-to-year situation. And they can continue to play here, at least for a couple of years. But all of the talk is whether they will go to Las Vegas or not. And it's a lot of moving parts in that regard. And at the 48-yard line, Devontae Booker. So will they trade the skyline of Oakland for the skyline of, or the strip of Las Vegas? That's a rendering of their stadium that, well, the funding is going to be there. The state's going to contribute $750 million. Mark Davis wants to stay in Oakland, but I mean, the chances of that are slim and none, and they would board him more on the none side.
And that lease hasn't been signed yet in Las Vegas either, has it?
Well, that's the first thing that needs to be done. 48-yard line, 3rd and 1, and timeout is called by the Broncos. Back after this.
So can I redeem my Rapid Rewards points at any time?
Thanksgiving.
4th of July?
Yes to any seat, any day, anytime, just the way you want it. That's transparency.
3rd and 1 after the timeout taken by Denver. 3:17 to go in the half in a 6-point game. Raiders on top. Snap it from the 48-yard line. Siemian with protection, low throw though, incomplete. Intended for Thomas. DJ Hayden covering on the play. 4th down.
That was great coverage that time by DJ Hayden right here. Watch him now. He's the fill-in tonight for Sean Smith, but Sean Smith couldn't have done it any better than that. So good play tonight by these backups. And of course now into the nickel, you've got TJ Carey. So good production so far on defense.
Riley Dixon into punt. This is his 5th. Short kick, 19-yard line. 6-yard run back by Carey. All right, just to button up Las Vegas, first thing, as you mentioned, get a lease done. They've got the money, the $750 million from the state. Sheldon Adelson is involved as the developer in Las Vegas. Then the Raiders, if they can get the lease, would have to file for relocation. And then the league would have to approve it. So a lot of moving parts here.
And sometimes the league wants a little chunk if you relocate as well. So
you think?
There's a lot of different moving parts. And, you know, the sad part for me about it is, as we travel around, these fans are probably about as good as there are. I mean, they have been loyal through some really lean times around here lately. I was down there. You have fun with them. They're yelling and screaming and goofing around and having a great time. It's a great place for a football game here.
Here's Cooper. Well, they've already been spurned once because Al Davis took the team to Los Angeles in the early 80s. And then they came back here in 1995, back once they started. And now the problem is, as I said, they're not going to be able to build a stadium here. This is a relic, let's face it.
It is.
It's only 50 years old. But boy, has this stadium seen some unbelievable moments, both in football and baseball. Remember the Charlie Finley A's won 3 World Series in a row in the early 70s. Richard, and he bounces his way up to the 34-yard line. That might take us to the 2-minute warning unless the Raiders want to get a playoff in a hurry here. It'll be third down and 1.
Boy, Richard almost popped out of there again.
And they will not be able to get the snap off before the 2-minute warning. That much time left in the opening half with Oakland leading 13-7 on Sunday Night Football.
Thanks for not running me over.
You mean again?
Just take it to the house.
USAA presents this salute to service moment. Since the league's creation in 1920, over 1,200 NFL players, coaches, and front office personnel have served in the military. Before they played in the NFL, Roger Staubach, Rocky Bleier, and current Steelers tackle Alejandro Villanueva promised to honor and defend our nation by serving in the armed forces. See how USAA honors and protects our nation's military at salutetoservice.com.
Once you get in the Army, you hear the term Ranger, and you look at it as the highest standards. I was extremely proud to be part of the 1st Ranger Battalion. When I was deployed, I knew that USAA was taking care of my wife when she was back home. And now I know with my son, the USAA will continue to provide the insurance and protection we need.
They always say, you've served your country, so we're here to serve you.
My name is Alejandro Villanueva, and I'm a USAA member for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
Best part of the turkey is the giblets.
Cook the turkey upside down and it will baste itself.
I like my turkey carved thick.
Everyone's got an opinion when it comes to turkey, even Subway. Our new thick-cut autumn carved turkey sandwich has all white meat with no artificial preservatives or flavors, and is topped with sliced cheddar and sweet cranberry mustard sauce on freshly baked wheat bread. Only at Subway.
Now this is how turkey should taste. Right, Bethany?
Body.
Got it.
A detective's friend is accused of murder.
It's gonna be a conflict for you?
No.
Will this cop risk his badge to save him?
Remember how I made that DUI go away? I can help you with this too.
Chicago PD, Wednesday on NBC.
So to halftime, which is the best team in the NFC North right now? Cowboys keep rolling. Beat the Browns. They're 7-1. Mike Tirico, Browns-Ravens preview, speaking of the NFC North. And at halftime, that's all coming your way. We start with a 3rd and 1 in the final 2 minutes. And they give it to Murray, and he breaks through. Inside the Denver 40, the 30, and out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, run out by T.J. Ward. So a 3rd and 1, and he's able to find that crease and exploits it for 42 yards.
Watch the center, Rodney Hudson, right here. Secure the double team and then get up on the second layer. There he goes against Todd Davis. And there goes Latavius Murray. And the difference in this ball game, Al, is the Denver Broncos cannot run the ball. And right now, the Oakland Raiders are running it at will.
Raiders have 123 rushing yards and Denver has 23. Yep. Carr protected well, and the pass is incompletely underthrown here. Obviously, Amari Cooper covered by Roby. Carr's been really good when you get inside the 2-minute mark of either half. Since his rookie year, he's thrown 20 touchdown passes in those circumstances, most in the league, and he's tied for the most in the league this year with 5 in the final 2 minutes of either half or overtime. DeAndre Washington is now in the backfield on 2nd down and 10. And they're going to feed him. And the 5'8" Washington cannot get out of the way or out of the grasp of Darian Stewart. That's going to set up 3rd down, and timeout is called by Denver. Sunday Night Football brought to you by Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL, by USAA, official military appreciation sponsor of the NFL, by the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty, built Ford tough, and by Wendy's, always fresh, never frozen beef. It is the Marines Memorial Club, established in 1946, San Francisco's Union Square neighborhood. Tribute to those who have gone before and provide a service to those who carry on.
A lot of the military represented here tonight, and we're loving having you here. So thanks for everything.
You bet. So Denver took a timeout before 3rd and 10. It's a little bit of an unusual call here, trying to save time on the other side of the clock, but you're playing into their hands if they get the 1st down here. 3rd and 10 from the 24. Here comes the pressure, and Carr's going to sling it to the end zone, and it is incomplete, but 2 flags come in, and you know what that's going to be. Amari Cooper, the intended receiver, and Bradley Roby was draped all over him. Officials just conferring to make sure both guys saw the same thing with 2 flags.
Pass interference, defense, number 29. Ball placed at the 1-yard line. 1st down, Oakland.
23-yard penalty.
Take a look here. Kind of impeded the progress. Great move right off the top here. Goes in behind Roby to create that space, and that time the Broncos and Wade Phillips came with a double safety blitz, which meant no safety in the middle of the field. Good read by Derek Carr.
Ball at the 1. Murray is the back. Fake to him, and then throw to him. Touchdown. But a flag on the play at the goal line on the other side of the field. Officials confer. Here's Blakeman. Ineligible man or an extra.
Ineligible man downfield. Offense number 72. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
That's the left tackle, Donald Penn.
Well, he caught a touchdown last week, so maybe, here we go, right there. He's going to get down in here to make a block, and you always want to sell out and make it look like a run, right, on that hard play action, but that's a little too far down the field. Once you get, he's got to be 3 or 4 yards down the field, Donald Penn, and that's a good call.
It's a little tough, though, to get a illegal downfield penalty from the 1-yard line. But there you have it. So a minute and a half from the 6, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Seth Roberts, but that draws another flag on Lorenzo Doss. Remember, they're playing without Aqib Talib.
And Kayvon Webster.
2 of them, yep.
Pass interference, defense, number 37. Ball placed at the 1-yard line. 1st down, Oakland.
Let's take a look right here. Did he grab a jersey? Is that what happened? Hard to tell.
Maybe, kind of, sort of. Murray, the tailback.
What's up?
Does he get in here? Yes, he does. Touchdown, finally. Put the fullback in on Wally. There are no flags. And the Raiders extend their lead.
I think Donald Penn just made up for one. Watch this block. Nice job by Jameis Olawale as well, the fullback. But that's what these guys can do. I'm always surprised when they throw the football anywhere close to the goal line. I mean, these guys are just monsters up front. Fletchio Simile, Donald Penn, Rodney Hudson. It's about as good a left side of the offensive line as you're going to find in this league.
Janikowski to try to make it 20-7, which he does with 1:25 remaining in the half. Oakland by 13.
You know who likes to be in control? This guy. Check it out. Self-appendectomy. Now. Oh, that's really attached. That's why I rent from National, where I get the control to choose any car in the aisle I want, not some car they choose for me. Which makes me one smooth operator. Still a little tender. Go National. Go like a pro.
In honor of upcoming Veterans Day, for every point scored during the NFL's 32 Salute to Service games, the league will donate $1,000 to its military nonprofit partners, including the Pat Tillman Foundation, the USO, and the Wounded Warrior Project. You can join the salute as well. Learn more to visit NFL.com/salute.
There you go. Have a little fun.
Yeah, big military presence, of course, in the Bay Area. A lot of Raider fans. And they're having a lot of fun tonight because their ball club is on top 20-7 in the battle for the top spot in the AFC West. Janikowski with a kick that will be run back, bouncing, fielded by Bibbs. And Bibbs still on his feet and then pays the price up at the 20-yard line. Brendan Trowick in on the stop. So the rushing yards, it's one side of the Raiders have had a running game and Denver has not. Total yards over 2-1, and the time of possession is also 2-1.
Interesting moment in the game because you're going to unleash these two pass rushers now. Bruce Irvin, Khalil Mack account for over 50% of all the pressures the Raiders get. Better get those edges blocked here.
Denver only has one timeout. And they start with a first down here as they go to the tight end. That's Virgil Green who makes the catch. So their last drive resulted in a touchdown, and they're off to a good start on this one.
Yeah, sometimes, I don't know, it just takes a little while to get them jump started. We saw Trevor Siemian lead them from behind on opening day against the Carolina Panthers, so I'm sure he's very confident in what he can get done.
Real slow start for him, but a hot last drive to account for most of those numbers. And that is caught, and that'll be another first down as Demaryius Thomas pulls it in up at the 43-yard line. And Denver hustling up there to save that last timeout with 60 seconds left in the half.
Three technique, 2. Go!
Siemian throws, and that we caught right at the 50-yard line by Demaryius Thomas. That's about 4 yards short of the first down. Make it 3. Second down. Call it second down and 3 from the 49-yard line.
Go!
Siemian has to escape and then has it batted, trying to throw it out of bounds anyway by Danico Autry. And that makes it third down and 3 with 27 seconds left.
Nice move that time by Bruce Irvin, spinning inside, and that's what flushed Trevor Siemian out of the pocket on that one. So starting to see a little movement. This was a little awkward here I thought he might have hit his arm as he was twisted, but he's okay.
Milestone for Demaryius Thomas. Now 500 career receptions. 3rd down and 3 now. Big play at the 49-yard line.
I think you probably go for it on 4th here, too, if you don't get it.
Siemian throws, and he won't get it. But a flag is thrown. Jordan Taylor was the intended receiver. Clete Blakeman's had a relatively busy first half. That was a 3rd and 3.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 38. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
TJ carried.
They have been going after him, and you saw with Demaryius Thomas, a few of those early ones that hooked that. There you go. Let him know, Emmanuel. Emmanuel Sanders, who's been pretty quiet here so far tonight.
Caught one pass for 7 yards. So now you're down to 22 seconds. You still have that timeout, but not really in field goal range here. So these days, who knows? And Siemian throwing deep downfield, and he has a man. And speaking of Emmanuel Sanders, he does not have it. Emmanuel Sanders has it, but he's going to be down there. They're going to check and see, and they're going to say incomplete. So one official came in, said he didn't get into the end zone. The other says he didn't even catch it.
That would be the correct call. Yep. Oh my goodness, what a game-changing play that was.
Could have been, might have been, but wasn't. And that took 8 seconds off the clock, down to 14.
There are so many of those catches that when you have to deal with hitting the ground, it is just so difficult. Great catch, great effort, just could not control it.
2nd and 10. Do they go short, pull the timeout to set up the field goal, or take a chance they're going to go short, set up the field goal? Demaryius Thomas makes the catch 37-yard line, and now they can burn, take their final timeout. And bring in the field goal group in all likelihood for a 55-yard, even though Joe DeCamillis is there and going, well, we can't run one more play.
K-ball.
Too little time left.
Yeah, I think he would have controlled it, but it is just so difficult on those underneath catches when your hands are turned that way and you have to try and manipulate it to get hold of it, and it just rolls out. Now it'll be interesting to see if the Raiders go with that jump over the center play here on this last play of the half.
Is Bobby Wagner in the building?
I could be. Didn't see it. It is a, it's not that big a leap for some of these great athletes.
Here's a 55-yarder for McManus. And they try to freeze him here, call the timeout. Oakland does, and the kick would have been good.
Prior to the snap, Oakland takes its first timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
I'm getting tired of that rule. What about you?
Yeah, you know, whatever. It's
Shania Twain, whatever? Right?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
One thing I've learned over the years, I'm not changing any rules.
You're making them.
I've tried.
Greg Knapp, quarterback's coach, going over things with Siemian. Oakland will get the ball to start the second half. So McManus, who just made one in batting practice, will try to do it for real.
There's only 2 misses, over 50.
And McManus says, the heck with that timeout. Bangs it through again. Ends the half. Makes it a 10-point game. It's 20-10 Oakland. Coming up next door at halftime after these messages from your NBC station.
Tomorrow night, it's almost here, America. Don't miss a second of the Voice Live playoff event.
I'm going to class.
In a Voice First, the top 20 will become the top 12 in one night.
You can win this thing.
So grab your apps.
That just blew my mind.
Because the performances and eliminations will happen live in real time.
You were born to show people what love sounds like.
The Voice Special Live Playoff event tomorrow on NBC. And catch up on demand.
Monday morning, we're only a day away from voting. What kind of weather are you going to be greeted with?
It'll look a lot different out here after a time change you might like. We'll stay on top of the traffic situation.
U of L and Bellarmine back on the hardwood. We'll get you ready for the big matchup Monday on Wave 3 News Sunrise.
I am Mark Stowe with M&J Landscaping. I trust the Wave 3 weather team and Kevin.
Pretty good bullseye for some snow between 6 and 8 o'clock.
Their timing.
Glaze of ice.
Dead on.
Here it is, the breakdown.
I tell my guys Kevin called it.
25. That's how many tax rates Shelley Yoder has voted to raise. She supported higher taxes on property, food, paychecks 25 times. Shelley Yoder, too many taxes. Indiana Jobs Now is responsible for the content of this advertising.
How do we protect Kentucky taxpayers from Washington? Cut wasteful spending by requiring a balanced budget by law. Stop lobbyists and special interests from taking our tax dollars and using that money to lobby for more. Force Congress to read every bill they consider and live under the laws they pass. Enact term limits for Congress. I'm Rand Paul, and I approve this message because I'll always defend Kentucky.
At Thornton's, we believe busy folks like you should be able to get real food from a real kitchen, even when you're on the go. So now we have real kitchens with real cooks making real food right in our stores. Hand-rolled breakfast burritos, freshly made pizza sticks, soft, salty pretzels, a whole menu of delicious food that's good to go and great to eat. Stop in today and see just how good real can taste.
Real kitchen, real food, it's Thornton's.
Shell Game Shelley and her liberal PACs will make up anything to hide her 25 tax increases and support of gruesome partial birth abortions. Shell Game Shelley, your liberal games are over. Indiana Jobs Now is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Scott Reynolds, weeknights on Wave 3 News.
Hey, here you guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, we have a surprise for you.
What's going on here? Hey, guys.
Oh, whoa,
hey, how you doing? We appreciate your service, man. Definitely, we appreciate it. Yes, sir, we do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Impressive first half from the Raiders. 2 second-quarter touchdowns from Latavius Murray, each from a yard out. Raiders on top by 10 as we send it back to the studio and Dan Patrick.
All right, Mike, with Rodney and Tony, what stood out first half?
Well, we talked in the pregame if the Raiders would be ready for a big game. It looked like Denver had the nerves, the penalties, drop balls, and couldn't run the ball in the first half.
When I look at this game, I was very disappointed with Denver because we talked about in the pregame show, coming out, running the ball, being more aggressive offensively. When they take shots down the field, the Raiders' defensive secondary isn't very good. Continue to take shots and test those guys down the field.
Yeah, you look at time of possession, 9 more minutes for Oakland, 100 more rushing yards, 10 more first downs.
They've dominated the game so far.
All right, time for the pick six. 6 plays we think you'll be talking about tomorrow. Kansas City is rolling. Nick Foles got the start. He finds Albert Wilson. 4 straight wins for the Chiefs.
Dan, you're talking about the offense, but with all the injuries to the defensive line, D Ford has come in and he's played well. 9 sacks this year.
6-2 on the year for Kansas City. The Ravens got back on the winning track. Joe Flacco to the former Steeler Mike Wallace, 95 yards.
Yeah, and it's been the big play that's been missing from the Baltimore attack. Mike Wallace delivered that today.
Baltimore will host the Cleveland Browns on Thursday. Dak Prescott and the boys, 7-1, tied with the Patriots, best record in the league.
Yeah, every week it's a different guy. Last week it was Dez Bryant. Today it was Jason Witten.
Browns fall to 0-9. Big win for the G-men today over the Eagles. Eli Manning had 4 touchdowns, 2 of them to Odell Beckham.
Yeah, the offense was huge, but that defense has made the strides. They've improved. They put a lot of pressure on Carson Wentz.
Eagles did have a chance late. Carson Wentz throw on 4th down incomplete. Giants now 5-3. After the Vikings took the lead with 23 seconds to go, Matthew Stafford found Andre Roberts and then relied on Matt Prater to force overtime from 58 yards out as time expired. Then in overtime, Lions would win it on this Matthew Stafford to Golden Tate touchdown.
Yeah, Stafford is the best quarterback in the division, but Golden Tate, he's played extremely well this year.
Detroit now 5-4. Minnesota 5-3. Colts went into Lambeau and came out with a victory. Andrew Luck converted 2 third downs in the final drive to seal the victory.
Yes, he threw 2 interceptions today, but he came up big in the big moments. This one really sealed the game. Great play by Andrew there.
The Colts now 4-5. Green Bay is 4-4. They've got 3 consecutive road games coming up. Let me start there. What's wrong with the Packers?
Aaron Rodgers, I think we finally realized Aaron Rodgers can't do everything by himself, Dan. They don't have a run game. Their leading rusher today is a wide receiver. Aaron Rodgers, the second leading rusher, and they have some injuries on the defensive side of the ball, Coach.
What about Minnesota?
Well, Minnesota.
You were high on Minnesota early.
I was. And their formula was play good offensive football, sound, get the lead, and let that defense take over. But that offensive line has been so banged up, they haven't been able to get the leads, and now that's exposing some of the flaws in the defense.
Yeah,
he's off the wagon now.
I don't know if he is officially.
Right. I'm tipping 1 foot off
that
the wagon.
Defense, though, gave up the big plays to Stafford late.
Last 2 drives.
All right. At times, the love between a father and son can be hard to express, but thankfully for these two, there's sports to save the day.
Hey, Dad. How's it going? It's a nice day. Did you see the game on Sunday?
What a catch. I thought there was no way it was going to be
Both feet in bounds.
Who goes for it on 4th down on your own 45? We're going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs. Yes, sir. Your mom said hi. Going to the playoffs.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Life is good for the Raider fans in the black hole right now. Raiders leading 20-10. Winner here breaks a 3-way tie atop the AFC West, where currently the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chiefs are all 6-2. The guys were just talking about the NFC North, the logjam. There's a logjam atop the AFC North as well, thanks to one of the more surprising results today. The Ravens defeating their arch rivals, the Steelers, 21-14 in Baltimore. Ravens and Steelers now tied for first, each with 4-4 records. The Bengals are just a half game behind. Now, the Ravens have long been known for defense, and this year, though the names have changed, they're at it again. Among the league leaders in points and yards allowed. Today, they held the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger, who was coming back from a knee injury. They held them scoreless for the first 3.5 quarters, limiting Pittsburgh to just 36 total rushing yards. Ravens now have a short week as they return to action Thursday night. They'll play the one team not in contention in their division, the 0-9 Cleveland Browns, blown out by Dallas today. Been a tough slog for Hugh Jackson's team. They've used 6 different quarterbacks so far, and now the short turnaround to try to pick up that first win of the season on the road. Thursday Night Football, it's the Ravens and the Browns in Baltimore. Our coverage on the NFL Network begins at 6 Eastern, and the game comes at 8:15 Eastern. Now coming up on the Today Show, it's the home stretch of the election. Matt and Savannah have the latest from the campaign trail, what every American needs to know before heading to the polls tomorrow, only on Today. Raiders on top, they get the ball to start the second half. Al, Chris, and Michelle join you from the Bay in a moment.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Thursday at 9/8 Central.
If you received an HIV-positive organ, that would most likely kill you.
That man is dying in there. The least we could do is give him a chance. You realize the implications of this.
Purposely giving someone HIV. The minute anyone found out, our licenses would be revoked. You've been put into an impossible situation.
Chicago Med Fall Finale. Thursday at 9/8 Central on NBC. And catch up on demand.
He doesn't talk about this, but after leaving the Senate, I got diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I tell you what, my husband was my nurse. He took care of me. He didn't hand that responsibility off to someone else. That's the Evan I married 31 years ago. A great husband, a fantastic father. These attack ads are trying to make him into something he's not. He loves this state, he's loyal, he's honest, and will serve you with integrity. That you can count on.
I'm Evan Bye, and I approve this message.
We're proud of you, Dad.
Thank you, buddy.
talk to the girl in the stripy shirt?
Hi. Can I sit down?
Can I tell you a story?
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah. Do you want to come and visit my house? You want to come around my house? Are you hitting on me? No. Can I have a cuddle?
Please, can I have a cuddle? Come on.
Do you want a Mentos?
Oh, okay then.
Mentos?
Oh, thank you.
Who says no to Mentos?
John Bull on Wave 3 News Sunrise.
The mobile virtual player. It's a tackling dummy that actually moves. It's a wide receiver, it's a running back, it's an offensive tackle, it's a defensive lineman. Having an opportunity to react, drop your pad level, deliver through, actually tackle something. And that's part of our practice protocol. Get guys out, do the things that you're going to do on game day. Just don't get hurt.
Nice job. That's it.
We're teaching skill sets repeatedly. My guys practice it more. We hit more than anybody in the country.
That's it. Huh? Good form, man. Good form. That's it.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
This week, Jimmy Fallon welcomes World Series champion Chicago Cubs Anthony Rizzo, Dexter Fowler, and Ben Zobrist. A staring contest with Alicia Keys and Amy Adams. New Fallon this week.
There's a moment in every game that changes everything.
Seahawks have found a way to win.
NFL Turning Point, presented by Bose, Wednesdays on NBCSN.
Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by Chevrolet.
Von Miller.
Watch him turn and lean, just unblockable at times.
And he does not get in. Yes, he does. He's able to just break the plane. Deep downfield, he's got a man open. Caught for the touchdown, Jordan Norwood.
Chevrolet, the most awarded car company 2 years in a row.
There's your halftime score. Oakland 20, Denver 10. Sunday Night Football from Oakland. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya. Siemian started very slowly, but then picked it up a bit. 122 yards. Carr, meanwhile, same numbers. Been a little bit more accurate. 20 points allowed by the defense. Fifth in the league, coming in with 17 points allowed per game. Already 20 in 30 minutes tonight. And Murray having a nice night on the ground. 76 yards with a long of 42 yards. Oakland gets the ball to start the second half. And you've got Richard, who takes a knee from 1 yard deep. We go to Michelle.
Well, Gary Kubiak acknowledged their slow start, just 23 yards rushing, and he said, we can't get away from the run. It helps us protect our quarterback, Trevor Siemian. He said, we've got to stop Latavius Murray with our defense. Murray's had 2 touchdowns. As for Jack Del Rio, his message was simple. Let's win. Let's come out with these last 30 minutes, play with intention, finish well, and win. Al, it sounds a little bit like just win, baby.
Yeah, I wonder where he got that from. So from the 25-yard line. But the one thing the Raiders have not done is win a lot since they moved back from L.A. in '95. They've had only 3 winning seasons, and they all came in a row. 2 under John Gruden and 1 under Bill Callahan. After Gruden went to Tampa Bay, this is DeAndre Washington for a gain of 6.
No question, one of the things that turned that first half in favor of the Oakland Raiders is when they went to 6 offensive linemen up front. Better protection against Von Miller on the outside, but they also were able to get this running game going because of a lot of big bodies up front. And those double teams and pulls and Austin Howard kicking out and good runs. The running game of the Raiders won the first half.
Well, they bring in that 6th offensive lineman here on a 2nd and 4. And they run the ball, and they're going to be a little bit short of the first down. Washington is stopped at about the 34-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 1.
One of the real hard knockers right here. Kelechi Osemele is going to just knock back Sylvester Williams, but then Williams comes back and makes the play. They talk about Osemele as a guy that will get about 7 to 10 knockdowns per game. I've seen him knock 2 guys down on 1 play.
Murray is the running back on 3rd and 1.
Blue ID! That's it!
give it to him. Slips a tackle in the backfield, and that turns out to be a first down. That's T.J. Ward, who came in, had him stopped, and Murray with a little sidestep moves forward, picks up the first.
Here we go. T.J. Ward right over here. He's going to come in, shoot the gap, and it was Andre Holmes who got just enough of him to knock him off of making that play. And then after that, it was just Murray dancing around. And, you know, Al, look at those numbers for Derek Carr, and you go, yeah, those are okay. But that's against this Broncos defense where a lot of quarterbacks look awful.
Right, the Bronco defense, of course, that's part of the reason they won the Super Bowl last year, a big part. 6-2 this year, and Carr's going to take off. Doesn't do that very often, but that time everybody was covered, and off he goes for a gain of 8. Go back to the beginning of last season, that Bronco pass defense. Well, that's pretty good when you see first, and you got 32 teams in the league in every category. They are number 1. They have been vulnerable this year to the run, but overall coming in the number 3 defense in the league.
Well, this is a defense that's built around 4 outside pass rushers. They can keep those guys outside fresh, but then it is the 3 cornerbacks that have the ability to lock down, and they are missing arguably their best to keep Talib.
No doubt is on a 2nd down and 4. Clete Blakeman makes his first call in a moment of the second half. Has to take a call first.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. 5-yard penalty is enough for a first down.
Okay.
2nd down and less than 5. What do you do as a quarterback? Let's go to that hard count. See if they'll jump around. Jared Crick, you saw him, and Shaq Barrett on the other side flinched as well. So Derek Carr's, we saw the mobility, him get outside, a nice little run. There are those 2 guys catching a break, but only because they're so good at the backup, Shaq Barrett and Shane Ray.
You said before, it's another way he looks a little like Aaron Rodgers.
He does. Even when he extended that ball out to get out of
exactly. 47-yard line. Michael Rivera caught a touchdown pass last week. The Tampa Bay picks up about 5. 2nd down.
You know, the thing for me is the release time. We saw how quick that was. One of the best release times that we've seen in the National Football League. He gets the ball out of his hands, but when you watch him drop back, watch his feet. He has very athletic feet. He can move. He gets set quickly. He's on balance making these throws, and you'll see him move from left to right with these reads. He's getting the ball out of his hand.
Down! Blue 80! What's up?
Murray. And he has enough for a first down, taking it to the 41-yard line.
Let's take a look at Derek Carr, and the tracer will tell the story. A very tight motion, just a tiny little loop there at the top. But he has all these different platforms, like Aaron Rodgers, who spends forever practicing all these sort of sidearm throws and across his body and back across. And I'm not comparing him to Aaron Rodgers. That's just unfair to one of the greatest quarterbacks the game's ever seen in Aaron Rodgers, and to Derek Carr. I'm just saying some of the basics of what he can do with his release and his footwork, pretty comparable.
He takes a timeout here with 10.5 left in the quarter.
So can I redeem my Rapid Rewards points at any time? Thanksgiving. Fourth of July?
Yes to any seat, any day, anytime, just the way you want it. That's transparency.
Good is in every Blue Diamond almond. A good that comes in 20 flavors, from whole natural to wasabi and soy sauce. And once good gets going, there's no stopping it. Get your good going. Blue Diamond almonds.
Hot dog. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Intelligent all-wheel drive technology senses traction loss and automatically shifts torque to the ultimate driving machine.
Week 9 concludes with Monday Night Football on ESPN. Then Week 10 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on NFL Network.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That is transparency. By Bose, get closer. By Farmers Insurance. And by BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Friday night, high school football. Alameda beat Hayward High School, 22-20. Hayward, the alma mater of that man, Jack Del Rio. Down the East Bay about a half hour or so. Back home he comes. After the timeout, ball at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake, pass is thrown, but into traffic, so that'll be a loss. Marshall is there making the stop on Murray. That's Corey Nelson making the tackle. And here's what happened to Marshall.
Number 54 right there. And Brandon Marshall, maybe not a household name, but he is one of the keys to this defense, because if you're going to play all the man coverage and rush 5 the way that Wade Phillips likes to do, you have to be able to match up with running backs and tight ends in man coverage. Trevathan was good at doing that before he went to Chicago. He limps out of there with a bad hamstring. That's a bigger deal than people are going to know at this point right now.
Second down and 12. And they give it to the fullback, Olawale, first carry of the night. It'll be third down, now third down and 8.
Third down and 8 at the Broncos 39.
You know, this offensive line played in that overtime game 100 plays for everybody up front except for Hudson. That one went on for a long time, and we saw what it did to Tampa Bay on Thursday night. They were exhausted, but this bunch has come back with a purpose tonight.
The Tampa Bay defense was playing on 3 days rest. Go 5 wide, third and 8. Carr is chased out and has to throw that one away. You know, if that Brandon Marshall thing lingers, at least the one bit of semi-good news for Denver. They go to New Orleans next week, and then they're off. They have their bye the week of the 20th.
Yeah, it's just a scary proposition because you've got some serious things here. Brandon Marshall, you know, with a hamstring. Kayvon Webster, your backup cornerback, and Aqib Talib is dealing with specialists with his back. And this secondary and their coverage ability is really what has built this defense with those 4 pass rushers.
Marquette King ready to punt. His second of the night. Try to drop it inside the 10 if he can. Oh, and he does. Beautiful. Andre Holmes went down there to play receiver. Marquette King does a little celebrating, and why not?
Go on with it.
He is the king.
There's a fall tradition. It's not the one where you wear a belt on your hat or a dinner so big it demands power tools. It's a tradition we all have. We drive to see friends, and we drive to see family. It's called the road home, and it's the best tradition there is. Hurry in now and get the perfect gift for every adventure.
I'm Clay Matthews, and I'm good at football. And so is Verizon, because now you can watch every live local game on your phone with NFL Mobile, exclusively on Verizon, all without using your data. That's better than good. It's the best. And I'm the best. Watch live NFL games, NFL Red Zone, and more with NFL Mobile, all in HD, only on America's best network.
How do you stay fresh in a world where tastes and priorities are always changing? If you're Subway, you start by removing the artificial preservatives, colors, and flavors from your food. Support hundreds of growers, including many family-run farms. Serve customers 390 million pounds of fresh veggies. Offer packaging that's better for the planet, and use your size and resources to create healthy change around the world. Because the best way to stay fresh is to never get stale.
Thursday, Black Friday comes early.
If I could just get everybody describing what Black Friday means to them, that would be cool.
In a 1-hour holiday superstore.
You're hurting my leg. You're going to have to get used to that. We get a lot of little porkers up here.
A holiday superstore, Thursday on NBC.
8:49 left in the third quarter, and the Broncos pinned at their own 2-yard line as they begin this drive. And Siemian's going to go deep downfield into double coverage.